What if I told you your room is secretly ruining your life? Sounds a little bit dramatic, I know, but hear me out. I want to show you something that made my life so much better. Welcome to This Makes Two of Us. I know you're probably wondering why in your bathroom? Fair question. It's because everything started here. I mean, not really. It started back in Hawaii when I had my beautiful tiny house, which unfortunately was taken. I had a new opportunity. After living for almost 3 years in my child's bedroom, I finally got my own place. Besides being told I should use gray everywhere in my house, I chose red and it made me so happy. I just realized how colors are affecting my life. And I want to show you how you can incorporate colors into your life without going out and buying a bunch of stuff, but how colors are going to make you more happy without being a crazy colorful home that you still feel like zen and comfort when you get home after a long day. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. This video is not about making your home look like a museum. It's about making your space, your surroundings feel like you're really excited to be home. The last few months, I came up with a few things that I did to incorporate more color into my home. Some did cost money, but a lot of them were just DIYs that I enjoyed doing, or ways how I can improve, uplift my home with color that made my home so much more comfortable without feeling crazy or just oversaturated in colors. I'm really big on minimalism because living in a tiny house for so many years, I almost was forced to do it. I love doing it and I want to keep doing it. I still want some elements in my life that make me more happy. And so I want to share with you what those are, and some of them you can maybe incorporate into your life so you feel more comfortable in your home and hopefully a little bit happier. One of the key things to this whole process, which is really hard for most people because they want things now, they want things immediately, is giving a time, making it a process and not just going out buying a bunch of different colorful items and placing them into a room, but making it a process. Building it over extended period of time will help you create something that doesn't just feel strange because you were sitting in a place that just has a lot of new things and you're like, oh, what are all these belongings? Because you are building something throughout time. It can be items that you have an emotional connection to. It's also more sustainable because I don't want it to be a video about going and consuming more, because this is not about that. It's about choosing more colorful items when you have to choose something where you usually would probably go with a gray or something that's more sophisticated, elegant, or it seems more timeless. I want you to start being a little bit more risky in that sense. So first thing we're gonna start is something I've been dying to do because it's been a while to get this place somewhat ready. And so now I wanna start doing something that's the first project that I actually not be able even to finish, but I can start, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean by that in just a second. I've been waiting for this moment for a really long time, but look at this thing. I am so happy about this because I finally have a chance to hang this. I got this for my 30th birthday from my brother. He got it from a street artist in Thailand where he was working. And this is the first colorful piece I get to hang. And I'm gonna show you how you can do it as well with your own pieces. And I'm gonna make a really fun wall. This project is on my mind for a really long time. Over the past years, I've been collecting items that I want to make part of this wall, which are different formats of art that I either made myself. I'm gonna show you a few DIYs that I want to do to add to the wall to give it a little bit of a personal thing. But it's just different items that I deeply care about that I want to make part of this wall because it's going to feel more like my home, but I'm also wanting to be colorful. I found on Pinterest a few ideas that inspired me to do this. And so these are different items that I deeply care about. For example, this hat. I got this from a person. He was living at the beach and it also even says it says Hawaii in it. He put Hawaii in it. He didn't have a home, and so a lot of homeless people in Hawaii, they do crafts. And so I went up to him and I bought this hat from him. And it has a really special meaning to me because it's the beach I used to go to every morning. And it's we had a really good conversation, and it meant a lot, this hat, because I actually wore it a lot in Hawaii. I loved it, but it's also just a really, really beautiful piece of art. Besides the story that I shared with that person, it's just such a beautiful reminder. And if you can see, it's so well made. It is so incredibly hard to make something like that because the hardest part is to make it this even. You need to be so good. And so yeah, he made this beautiful piece, and that's gonna come on my wall. And so I have a lot of different pieces that I have an emotional connection to that I want to hang. And that's the reason why this wall will not be done, because I will keep adding to it, because I think it's beautiful not to go out, make it all perfect at once. It might look weird because it's not done yet, but at the same time it will keep growing, and the more experiences I have and the more things that I get to see or to craft, or I don't know, I just will have this wall growing as I'm growing. And I think that's something beautiful that you can do too, is collect things that you remember, oh, this would be a cool piece for my wall. And so yeah, this is something I got in London. I had a cool trip with my brother to London. He took me there, which was awesome. I bought this at the flower market. I love that. This is the tiny house that my ex-partner and I built. And so this has a really special meaning to me. Yeah. It definitely deserves a spot in my home. I was really proud when I got it on Honolulu Magazine, which is the biggest magazine in Hawaii, and it made the cover. And that is, although things didn't end this well, and it's even hard for me to look at it, it's amazing. Like I still like cherish those moments in a way. And so there was a big story. It's a big story in the magazine about living small, living sustainable, and I don't know if you can see, but it's really cool. It's really, really cool. And just trying to cover, but yeah, this was the inside. It was such a cool home. I have so much love for this home. And so they were talking about sustainability, and some of you might know we also had a TV show about it, and they were just talking about different ways to live more sustainable. And because our home was so special, it made the cover. So yeah, I love it. I love it. And so it will have definitely a big piece on the wall. I was really debating it because it's still hard for me to look at, but I just love it so much. Yeah. This piece, this is a really good friend of mine when I was living in Mexico, and he's an artist. He made this. Very cool. I love that. I've been having this. This is very old. This is like, I don't know, when it was like over like 15 years ago, maybe. Very cool. And yeah, I have a few more pieces. I have a few DIYs that I want to hang as well. I got these at IKEA. These are frames. I did thrift a few, but for this big painting, I was thinking about wanting to frame it again. But I kind of want to show you that it's not all perfect in the sense that I want to put it back on a frame. So, and I do like the rough edges, and I kind of like the roughness of it, and so I just want to hang it like that. And so at IKEA, I got these clip frames where you just clip it. Definitely nice to have a few different frame sizes, a few different elements. It's gonna make the wall less static. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Don't worry about making everything perfectly aligned. Those little imperfections are what make it truly special and full of character. When you mix different colors, textures, materials, it creates something truly beautiful and unique. Hang it in a way that feels right to you, whether it's centered, off the side, or layered. There's no rules, just enjoy creating something that speaks to your heart. In fact, the more mismatched and eclectic it is, the more warmth and personality it will bring to your space. Let it be a reflection of you, perfectly imperfect and full of love. A great way to uplift your home and bring more color into it is by adding flowers. And because they can get really expensive, I made a flower frog. It's really simple if you have some self-drying clay. But as you will see very soon, I actually made the holes too small, and so the flowers that I got didn't fit well. And another way you can do it, especially if you do not have that type of clay, is you can just use an old lemon bag and cut it and put it with a hair tie around it, and this way you can arrange a smaller bouquet and it still looks really beautiful without having to buy a lot of different flowers.
Beautiful dreamer, out on the sea, mermaids are chanting.
The first thing that people notice when they get into my home, especially when the sun, or actually only when the sun is shining, is that they say there's rainbows everywhere, and it's so fun. I got these glass prisms that you can get online very cheap and hang them into your window, and when the sun hits them you have a bunch of rainbows all over the place, and my daughter has been absolutely loving it, playing with it. It's just a very cute and expensive way to add some color rainbows into your home. This is a project I found on Pinterest and is something that reminds me of my childhood. It's paper macheing something. I think a really beautiful way to uplift a wall is having different elements in different shapes, and so I thought it was a fun DIY I could do with my daughter, and it's making a giant whale shark. It's something personal that you can craft. Once a month, people put their trash outside in Germany for pickup, and I'm lucky to say that I found a few good pieces. I always look when people put their stuff out because a lot of times you do find beautiful items. Obviously, I love that it's sustainable, but I also feel like having used furniture in your home that have some scratches and are not just brand new makes your home feel like more like a home. I don't know, it's just something about it that I love so much. But obviously I always find these pieces in the most inconvenient way possible, where I'm walking my parents' dog, have my daughter with me in a stroller, and now I'm carrying this chair. But I'm so happy I did because I love it. It's so fun. But I love it so much. It's such a fun way to bring some old pieces into your home to make it more homey. My mom owns a craft supply business, and I was lucky to grab a few items for my apartment. But something that I learned recently was not to always use the same color. I used to think everything should always be matching, same chairs and same chair cushions, and so what I recently found, it looks so much more fun if you use different chairs or different colors and different pillows. I also didn't buy the matching pillows for my couch, and I bought some random pillows that I found were fitting because it makes it more unique and not so picture perfect in a sense. And that's what I love about trying to mix and match colors that you probably normally wouldn't pair together. But yeah, that's a great way to make your home unique by not always buying everything matching. I've recycled a lot of old glasses from juices to use them as storage because it gives a little bit of a fun vibe to it. And I always found what makes my home feel most comfortable and homey is combining natural colors like wood materials or just natural items with one or two colors that make it stand out. And I found this to be something that makes my home feel very homey and fun, colorful at the same time.